Welcome to HSA's The New Retirement Strategy. My name is Katrina. Today you'll learn how you can use your health savings account as an essential part of your retirement strategy. Let's get started. Hopefully, you've already thought of some great ways to spend your retirement years. Whether that's spending more time in nature or with your family, traveling the world, volunteering to improve your community, or even starting your own business, preparation is key. By contributing to your health savings account and other retirement accounts, you can reduce your taxable income and supercharge your efforts to find financial stability in your retirement years. The time and effort you spend now will increase your freedom, choices, and peace of mind in the future. It's a well-known fact that not enough Americans are prepared for the cost of retirement. What fewer people understand is how much will be needed specifically for healthcare. Current estimates state the average American couple will need over $300,000 to have a 90% chance of having enough money to cover out-of-pocket healthcare costs in their retirement years. Considering the amount of money you may need to cover those out-of-pocket healthcare costs in retirement, we want to know what you're already doing to prepare. It could be one, or it could be a couple of these things, whether that's by participating in an employer-sponsored 401k, contributing to an HSA or Roth IRA, or living a healthy lifestyle through diet and exercise. Knowing that healthcare will be a large part of your retirement expenses, HSAs are a great financial solution to help with these costs. Using a 401k or an IRA exclusively in retirement may not be ideal, as a significant portion of retirement spending will likely be for healthcare. You already know about the advantages of using an HSA to pay for everyday medical costs. So now let's take a look at how HSAs are suited for long-term healthcare savings. First, HSA qualified health funds typically offer the lowest premiums, enabling you to unlock immediate savings. This gives you the option to contribute more money saved to your HSA. HSAs also offer triple tax savings, including pre-tax contributions, tax-free earnings, and tax-free distributions for qualified medical expenses. Choosing to pay out of pocket now for qualified medical expenses allows your HSA funds to build up over time. And as investors, you know the importance of time. Because you own the money in your HSA, which rolls over year after year, even if you change employers or health funds, you can choose to invest the money in low-risk mutual funds. This allows you to reserve the funds for your retirement years when healthcare expenses generally increase. Let's take a closer look at the triple tax savings an HSA offers and how it compares to a 401k. Pre-tax contributions apply to federal income taxes as well as what's known as FICA payroll taxes. When you make pre-tax HSA contributions, you save on average 30% of your income. That's because HSAs are never taxed at federal income tax level when used appropriately for qualified medical expenses. Also, most states recognize HSA funds as tax deductible with very few exceptions. It's important to note that 401k contributions are still subject to FICA taxes. FICA taxes can be as high as 7.65%, since there is a cap based on earnings. So you can see that contributions to an HSA go further than contributions to a 401k. HSAs deliver maximum flexibility in retirement. HSA members age 65 and older can use their HSA for any expense, not just qualified medical expenses. But if the money is not used for qualified medical expenses, then it's taxed as ordinary income, just like a 401k. However, unlike a 401k, an HSA is not subject to minimum required distributions. And HSA distributions are never taxed if the money is used for qualified medical expenses. To maximize flexibility in retirement, you want to consider using an HSA in conjunction with other savings vehicles. Let's expand our comparison a bit by looking at HSAs, 401ks, and taxable accounts in relation to their purchasing power for qualified medical expenses. The chart compares an HSA 401k and taxable account with annual contributions of $5,000 with an investment return of 6% over 20 years of growth. It assumes FICA payroll taxes are 7.65% and income taxes total 30%. As you can see, after 20 years, the HSA account holds $50,000 more to spend on qualified medical expenses than the 401k. That's a huge difference in the amount of money you'll have available for your healthcare needs in retirement. In order to secure this type of savings toward your medical costs, one strategy you may consider is, first, you capture your employer's 401k match. Commonly, employers match 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of employee income. Other match plans go dollar for dollar up to 3%. Regardless of the approach, an employer 401k match represents real income that you should take advantage of if available. Even if you don't currently have a match, there's still a good chance you will encounter one at some point. Next, work to contribute the HSA maximum. The HSA limits for 2021 are $3,600 for individuals and $7,200 for families. At ages 55 to 65, take advantage of catch-up contributions of $1,000 as well. In most cases, it may benefit you to maximize contributions to your HSA before maxing out your 401k. HSAs deliver maximum flexibility in retirement. HSA members age 65 and older can use their HSA for any expense, not just qualified expenses. But if the money is not used for qualified medical expenses, then it's taxed as ordinary income, just like a 401k. As I mentioned, unlike a 401k, an HSA is not subject to minimum required distributions. And HSA distributions are never taxed if the money is used for qualified medical expenses. Finally, you can max out your 401k. After maxing out your HSA contributions, then contribute additional money to your 401k up to the $19,500 limit. The 401k is a powerful tax-advantaged account that enables you to enjoy pre-tax contributions. Let's look at a typical family using their HSA as part of their long-term health retirement savings and what the outcome may look like depending on what they choose to do with it. Dominic and Eliana are married with 3 kids. They are contributing to a 401k through Eliana's employer and have chosen an HSA qualified health plan because it offers savings now on their various healthcare needs and the ability to invest for their future. They contribute the maximum family amount each year to their HSA and decide to set aside $2,000 as part of their long-term health savings. If they decide to let this $2,000 simply roll over year after year for the next 24 years at a 0.5% interest rate without investing it, it will provide them with nearly $51,000 to use on health expenses in retirement. If, however, they decide to take that same $2,000 and invest the funds, at an average 6% annual return rate, they would almost double that amount and have over $101,000 to use in retirement. Not only is this a significant portion of what they will likely need for healthcare expenses in their future, if used on qualified medical expenses, this money will never be taxed in retirement use. Choosing to invest even a portion of your HSA and leave it invested each year can significantly increase your retirement health savings. We want to make it easy for you to use your HSA as part of your retirement strategy. Health Equity provides access to a complete investment spectrum with options to suit every member regardless of age, HSA balance, or investment experience. Once you have saved the minimum investment threshold amount, which varies depending on your company, you can enroll in automated investing and select the right type of funds for your goals. In fact, you can make your investment fund choices before you meet your threshold, so it's ready to go. Your HSA balance can grow with tax-free earnings from a choice of Health Equity Standard Low Interest Cash Account eligible for federal insurance. This is the default option when opening an HSA. You can also choose Low Risk Yield Plus, allowing you to increase your earning potential with little to no risk. Interest rates vary depending on your HSA balance, but are higher than our federal deposit insurance eligible interest rates. Funds invested in Yield Plus remain liquid in your HSA for spending or investing as desired. You can also choose from a lineup of 23 Vanguard funds, including 6 target date funds, helping you find the perfect retirement savings mix for your goal. These funds range from stocks to bonds and from international investments to real estate. One of the most commonly asked questions by new investors is, what if I need to use my HSA funds to pay for my qualified medical expenses? Health Equity facilitates easy access to your HSA invested dollars to ensure that qualified medical costs can be covered. Health Equity allows for easy movement of investment assets back to cash with no fees for trading or transactions. You don't need to worry when you invest your funds because they are always available for your qualified medical expenses if needed. An easy way to start planning is to use the Health Equity Retirement Investment Calculator to determine your savings goal for your HSA funds that you want to invest and see how much you can earn over time. Investing your funds is easy. For your Health Equity HSA invested funds, you can use a simple enrollment process that provides you with a clearly defined step-by-step process, the ability to easily set up investments, auto-invest and/or portfolio rebalancing enablement options, a simple display of performance, asset allocation, and fees, and lastly, the ability to view, modify, and manage current investments. The Health Equity Investment Desktop brings it all together. Using on-screen guides and step-by-step tutorials, we make it easier than ever for you to find information, conduct research, and select investments with confidence. Depending on what your employer offers, you may have access to 3 different health equity investment options to suit your investment experience. Self-driven, which is completely directed by you. GPS, which suggests investment options based on your age, investment objectives, investment experience, and more. This option gives you the opportunity to select your own investments based on targeted advice. And with Autopilot, you create a risk profile, and your portfolio will automatically be built and periodically rebalanced based on specified factors. If you're new to investing, Autopilot can help you invest confidently. An additional element to remember when you open your HSA is to designate a beneficiary to whom any funds still in the account should go to upon your death. If you're married, a good person to choose is your spouse. If your beneficiary is your spouse, then your HSA upon death becomes your spouse's HSA. Their surviving spouse can continue to access HSA funds, and distributions for qualified medical expenses will be tax-free, the same way they would be if distributed by the previous account owner. However, beneficiaries other than the surviving spouse must include the full value of the HSA as taxable income in the year which the account owner dies. So unless you name your spouse as the beneficiary of your HSA, the account loses its tax advantage status as an HSA upon death of the account holder. It's never too early or too late to start thinking about retirement. If you are young and just starting out in your career, thinking of your HSA as a type of retirement vehicle and contributing with that mindset means you have the potential to save hundreds of thousands of dollars in your HSA that is ready to help meet your financial objectives when you retire. If you're mid-career and contributing to your HSA, think about how you can maximize your savings and invest, and use out-of-pocket funds for medical expenses that you normally reimburse with the HSA funds. If you are close to retirement and just now discovering the usefulness of an HSA combined with a retirement plan, know that there is still time for you to take advantage of the benefits that come from using your HSA as another retirement vehicle and make the yearly catch-up contributions from ages 55 to 65. Most Americans become eligible for Medicare at age 65. Americans that begin receiving Social Security benefits prior to age 65 are automatically enrolled in Medicare at age 65. Participation in any type of Medicare makes you ineligible to contribute to an HSA because it's not considered an HSA qualified health plan. However, you may be able to keep making HSA contributions after age 65 if you delay your Medicare enrollment, assuming your employer allows you to do so. To continue contributing, you must delay signing up for both Medicare Part A, which covers hospital treatment, and Part B, which covers outpatient treatment. As long as you continue to work and keep your employer coverage, you won't have to pay the penalty that would otherwise apply for delaying your Medicare enrollment. We encourage you to research the impact that your choices may have on your financial situation. Wherever you're at on your journey toward retirement, your HSA is a powerful tool to help you reach your goal. And remember, the maximum contribution limits for 2021 are for single coverage, $3,600, for family coverage, $7,200, and ages 55 to 65, you are eligible to make an additional $1,000 catch-up contribution. Whatever you choose to contribute, we make it easy to invest your funds. Our member services team is available 24/7, 365 days a year to take your calls and respond to any questions that you have about your health equity health savings account. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you.